Coach Stan Van Gundy and the Hall of Famer Grant Hill here with me at the table, and Allie LaForce reporting from the sidelines. Here's Durant, and he buries his first look. And one thing we expect to see tonight, great guard play on both sides.
Well, these matchups can be so compelling. You know you're going to get elite ball handling, passing, shot creation. No question, this one's going to be entertaining to watch.
Now here's Thompson. Uses the glass on the layup.
You see there, Thompson does a good job of sneaking into the lane and finishing.
Houston working the ball around. Outside Durant. Pass to Smith. Out of bounds. It'll be Oklahoma City's ball. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Ime Udoka. Our first topic of conversation, of course, facing Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He told me SGA is so hard to game plan for. He has incredible length for a point. He's too big for a guard, too quick for a wing. We have our work cut out for us. EA, back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Oklahoma City grabs a miss.
Well, that's why he's out there using his size in the paint.
A streamlined rebuild for the Rockets. In 2021, they trade away James Harden. 4 years later, the #2 seed in the West, Grant.
And they haven't shortchanged their future either. Sure, they've added key veterans, but the bulk of their roster is still very young with room to grow.
Chalk up 2 there.
Watch how Durant disrupts the defense with the pick and roll, creating an opening for himself.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Outside Durant. Good as the jump shot falls. 6 points for Durant.
On the catch and shoot, Durant is so effective. You have to run him off his shot.
Hartenstein, no good.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Now here's Durant. 6 points for him. Back to Thompson. Pass to Eason. On the wing, Durant. Just 5 on the clock. Houston needs to get off a shot. Pulls it from 20. And it's good as he snugs it right through the net. Durant's got 8.
And taking a look at this first half, they've just shown better shot selection.
Yeah, they've done a better job executing offensively, moving the ball and creating high percentage looks.
2 minutes remaining.
The Rockets lead by 6. Pass to Eason. Now here's Smith. Williams defending. And stolen by Williams. To the middle. Dort. The ball's knocked loose. Left side, Williams. From out on the wing, he knocks it down.
That was a prayer. All luck getting that one to go.
Thompson outside. To the right side. Pass to Durant. Thompson outside. Back to Durant. Shot clock at 6. And here is Thompson. The 3-ball. And can't get it to go. Now 1 of 2. Dort for 3. Here's Holmgren. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. It's going to be on him in Thompson. And he'll be shooting his first free throw.
Yeah, many believe Holmgren must add muscle over time to his wiry frame. We'll see if he focuses on doing just that.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys. Well, he's such a natural talent. Has all the skill needed to produce at a high level.
And that one's good. Holmgren.
A superb three-point threat. When Holmgren is knocking down triples, he's hard to contain.
And Williams over to help. Pass to Smith. Back to Thompson. Now Easton. Thompson outside. Here's Smith. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a 3-point play. Houston shooting their first free throw in this game.
Williams. That's their first personal foul. Second team foul.
You gotta like how energetic Jabari Smith is. A young guy who is fired up and ready to prove to the entire league just how good he could be.
Right wing. Back to Williams. Gets it off. Kevin Durant has been leading the charge for Houston. He put together 10 points in the quarter. We'll be back in a moment.
Oklahoma City, 11.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Rockets.
Well, you know, the analytics guys would tell you a team shouldn't be taking this many mid-range shots, but clearly they're shooting them with confidence.
Well, Grant, you look up and down this Thunder roster. It is just loaded with winning players.
Yeah, B.A. Guys who are gonna make the right play, defend their spot, move without the ball. I mean, they've built something special in OKC, piece by piece.
So it's the Rockets now. After the basket by Oklahoma City. Here's Durant. It's good from about 19 feet. Durant's got 12 points in the game.
Yeah, the single-minded focus of Durant on offense, it's all about getting buckets, no distractions.
Inside. Here's Hartenstein. And Hartenstein slams it in.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thank you, guys. The Rockets have brought in the right veterans. Coach Ime Udoka said, quote, "Their approach rubbed off on our entire team. We can only teach so much, but you have to have guys that have carved out their niche in the league with that edge and that defensive mentality. It was invaluable for our team." Brian, back to you.
They've got that grit. Thank you, Allie. Here's Williams. Capella with a rebound.
That's how to stand your ground under the glass. He was determined.
Van Vliet misses. Thunder trail by 5. Screen by Holmgren. Here's Williams. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Williams has got his second basket.
And the vision is far past his years. Williams with great decision-making.
Okogie on the wing. Houston working the ball around. Durant, no good. Grant, is it fair to call Kevin Durant one of the most unique players we've ever seen?
Without a doubt, B.A., most definitely. The blend of size and perimeter skill, unprecedented. KD able to rise up and score over most any defender.
Here's Okogie. Following the bucket by Oklahoma City. Sends it home from three-point land.
And this is what Van Vliet is known for, a volume three-point gunner who shoots it well.
Pass to Hartenstein. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Capella with a rebound. Houston leading by 4. And here's Finney-Smith. He's covered by Holmgren. Right side Durant. Over Williams. Again, Houston. Thunder trail by 6. Outside, SGA. Pass to Hartenstein. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And here's Hartenstein. Back to SGA. SGA doing his thing in close.
And the D can't allow Gilgeous-Alexander to get this positioning because once he does, he makes you pay.
To the paint. Here's Finney-Smith. Okogie on the wing. Outside Durant. Screen by Capella. Back to Okogie. No good with the triple. Here's Oklahoma City now. 4-point game. And the big finish by Holmgren.
And putting some power behind his drive. Holmgren managing to get there for an easy slam.
The kick out to Van Vliet. Three-pointer. Knocks it down from distance. Van Vliet's got 6 points. Thunder trail by 5. To the inside. Stolen by Capella. The kick out to Van Vliet. Okogie on the wing. Takes it inside. And he jams it home with authority.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
27.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. It's Houston leading by 5. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Now, here's Williams. Oh, it's stolen by Eason. Thompson gets a good look. Yes, and it's Şengün picking up the assist. And the Rockets lead by 7. And SGA throws it down.
Gilgeous-Alexander lifting off and hammering it down with all he's got.
Outside Durant. Unloads. And it's Houston scoring again. Well, to play great defense, teams have to provide help. But how do you avoid overhelping?
It's a great question, B.A., and it's like anything in the game. Basketball is a game of decisions. I think people look at it and they talk about athletic ability and they talk about skills, which are both important. but the best players and the best teams are the best decision makers, and the same thing goes as to when to help and when to stay home on shooting.
Pass to Williams. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 12 points for him. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. You can't make it that obvious.
And so Ime Udoka decides to call timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. Both teams making some changes here. The Rockets lead by 7. Thompson scanning the floor. Some solid defense from Williams. And it's exceptional, the level of commitment that Ime Udoka has inspired from this Rockets team, Grant.
Yeah, I mean, he's a player's coach, but very demanding, and he holds everyone accountable. It's all about professionalism and purpose.
Now here's Smith. Outside Eason. Pass to Green. Here's Eason. Off with the layup. Outside, Williams. And there's the drive. Oh, are you kidding me?
My goodness.
And we see the speed and power. I mean, Williams shows off on that one.
Doubled by Caruso. Down low. That's tipped. Back to Eason. Launches a 3. Yes, and it's Şengün picking up the assist. Eason's got 5.
Well, the defense was a little soft. He felt free to take that shot.
And it's Holmgren missing. Houston leading by 8. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. It's going to go on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And I love when Şengün is aggressive inside, making the D foul him right there.
Houston shooting their second and third shots at the line here. And so Ime Udoka decides to call timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. That free throw good from Şengün. And you watch Alperen Şengün. He's a beast on the blocks, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., he throws his weight around, but what separates him is his skill. Against the best post defenders in the league, he comes up with creative ways to score.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 12 points for him.
And this is Shai's game. Attack, get to the rim, and finish.
Thompson right side. Pass to Green. Back to Smith. Outside, Green. Houston working the ball around. Right side, Eason. From behind the arc. Hartenstein pulls it in. Thunder trail by 8. Here's Dort. Ooh, a two-handed power slam.
You're making the slam look second nature. Once Dort sees the launching pad, he's ready to take off.
And so Ime Udoka decides to call timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Houston leading by 6. Smith outside. Pass to Eason. Back to Smith. Now Adams. Van Vliet outside. Now Durant. From downtown. Hartenstein pulls it in. Dort with it. Guarded by Smith. Back to Dort. Shoots over Eason. A good look from Williams. And it's Oklahoma City scoring again.
Well, you got to be able to shoot fast in the league. So it's nice to see Williams doesn't need a lot of setup time.
Well, that's a breakdown defensively. Can't afford to give him those kind of looks.
Throws it down emphatically.
He's got serious hops, right? You add that to his ability to penetrate, that's 2 easy points.
Timeout. Timeout.
And so Mark Daigneault will call a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And so Mark Daigneault will call a timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. One of the stories here, Kevin Durant. He's getting it done today.
They know they need to change things up and do it quickly. They cannot allow him to keep running wild.
And so Mark Daigneault will call a timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Thunder trail by 5. And so Mark Daigneault will call a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And so Mark Daigneault will call a timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. 19 seconds left in the third quarter. Williams with the screen. Kicks it out to Holmgren. There's Holmgren on the slam.
Yeah, the defense making it way too easy for Holmgren. Gotta push him farther out than this.
Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third. Both teams putting up some points. The Rockets on.
The Thunder, 43.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And so Thompson will bring it up for the Rockets. Pass to Şengün. Now Durant. SGA covering. Şengün, the screen. Smith. Here's Eason. He drops it from range. And the Rockets lead by 8.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Thunder trail by 5. Here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Yeah, he loves to distribute. Caruso very much a team-first guy.
Pass to Şengün. Houston working the ball around. Doubled by Caruso. Lets it go from the wing. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. And a fast break now for the Thunder. The pull-up. Count it. And the foul. It's going to be on Jabari Smith.
And this is why so many are high on Holmgren. His ability to dominate games with his scoring.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Houston?
Well, they've been hitting threes at a high clip, and the defense hasn't done enough to challenge them at the line. They need to close out and run them off the three.
Dort with it. Durant covering. And they take the lead. 14 points for Jalen Williams.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
Well, you know this is when they lean on him, and he delivers with a much-needed score.
And defensively, how do you leave him that open in crunch time?
Moving along, 2 minutes gone in the fourth. Dort diving inside. Oh, the stuff!
Great determination. Dort uses his ferociousness to his advantage.
From deep. Oh, Durant, an absolute sniper.
Well, this is what he does. A proven scorer in the clutch.
Bucket is good.
Zero rim protection. Unforgivable in a tight ball game like this.
Yeah, there's no excuse for giving that up. That's the absolute last thing you want to have.
A monster bucket from Şengün. This team needed those points.
Screen by Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander fires. Şengün pulls it down. Houston in the lead. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Here's Durant. Şengün, the screen. Lets it fly from 18. He knocks down the jumper.
And that's big-time stuff from Durant. He loves being the guy to take important shots.
Williams with the screen. Outside SGA. 5 to shoot. Impressive finish by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Oh, obviously Gilgeous-Alexander has the will to win. What a relentless effort.
Thompson. Here's Şengün. Şengün, the screen. Durant! Oh, he missed the jumper! Oklahoma City trailing. Here's the pass to Williams. Outside Dort. Now Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander with the hammer.
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Here's Durant. Puts up the tray. Holmgren there for the rebound.
Yeah, he usually makes you pay from that range.
Now SGA. Screen by Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander feeling it out a bit.
I love when Gilgeous-Alexander looks to score because it forces the defense to act.
Ooh, knocks down the clutch free throw. Second one is good, getting both at the line. And it's a 2-point ball game.
Not easy to keep your focus when there's so much riding on those free throws, but that was excellent work in the clutch.
Oh, the drop pass, and he dunks it down.
I'm not sure why they aren't going to him more. He's scoring the ball so well.
And we've got a timeout called by Ime Udoka. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. He sinks the clutch free throw. And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. How do you think this is going to play out?
And this is what it's all about. This shot could win the game. Not much time left, but they have just enough to execute a play.
Oh, get that out of here. Rejected and collected. Great D. And so it's the Rockets who come out on top here. What a performance they have here at home today.
I'll tell you what, these are the ones that are so nice to win and so tough to lose. I love being on the edge of my seat